Hello, assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Aisha Khalid and welcome to my channel Math Madness by Aisha Khalid. So in the previous videos we discussed coordinate systems, we discussed how to find out the values of x and y given the function, and then we studied more about the function, that is the gradient intercept form. We uh, we studied how to make equation of the line, and from the equation of the line how do we find out the gradient and the y-intercept. So now comes the next concept, which is how do we graph the equation of the line given that we have the equation. So for example, if you have something, let's start directly with the question. All right. On a sheet of graph paper, using a scale of 1 centimeter to represent 1 unit. Now we need to know what is meant by 1 centimeter to represent 1 unit on the x axis. And then they're saying 1 centimeter to represent 1 unit on the y axis. What does this scale mean? Do we measure it with the scale? No. This is the kind of graph paper that we are given in our CI exams or we generally use in our schools. Um, so basically, this is called 1 centimeter. And this entire thing together is called 2 centimeters. 1 centimeter has 5 small divisions, and 2 centimeter has 10 small divisions. So over here, we do not measure it with scale. We use this concept on the graph paper. Okay. Now, draw the graph of each of the following functions for values of x from 0 to 4. Now, what is the procedure of making the graph? Number one thing is that you have to make a table for each, to graph each equation of line. Meaning, they're saying you have to take the values from 0 to 4. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Minimum values of x required to graph a line are 3. Maximum are as many as you want. 2 are more than enough, but 3 to get more clarity. But 4, 5, 6 is also enough. Over here, I will use any 3 values of x. I will not use all values of x. And the next question, I will use all values of x. So you will see it doesn't make a lot of difference. Now, the first part in the equation, the first part is, so when x is 0, let's do the working here. The value of I is 8. Then when x is 1, 10. When it's 2, 12. And when it's 4, it's 16. So fill up the table 8, 10, 12, 16. I didn't do it for 3, that's fine. You can also do it for 3, 14. Now let's put it on the graph. How do we put it on the graph? We know that the smallest value of x is 0 until 4. The smallest value of y is still from 8 till 16. So let's do it. They are saying 1 centimeter to represent 1 unit on the x-axis. So this is going to be a small graph for us. So we will draw another graph of our own on this grid. I think on this grid, this is going to be enough for us. Over here, I'm taking one box as 1 centimeters. You will be doing it on your graph paper. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And 1 centimeter to represent 1 unit on the y-axis and 1 centimeter to represent 1, 2, 3, 4. Now at 0, we have 0, 8, 1, 10. Let's put the points. 0, 8. Then 1 pay I have a 10. Then 2 pay I have a 12. 3 pay it's 14. And 4 pay it is 16. Let's join all these points with a straight line. So this is my line y equals to 2x plus 8. Now if the same thing has to be drawn on a graph paper, it is going to be like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But because I have a small graph, so I'm not using this. I've drawn it on my own grid. Okay? Alright, now let's look at the second part. Y equals to 2x plus 2. Make the table again. So it says values from 0 to 4. So you can pick up any 3 or 4 values. Now I'm substituting the values of x, 8, 10. 0 पे it's a 2, 1 पे it's a 4, 1 पे it's a 4, 2 पे it's a 6, and then 4 पे it's an 3 पे it's an 8, and then 4 पे it's a 10. So let's draw this line. This is y equals to 2x plus 2. Let's do the third line. Y equals to 2x minus 3. Again, we make the same table. So now I've taken 0, 1, 2, 4. Any random points between 0 to 4. But yes, 0 and 4 I'm definitely including. So it's a minus 3, minus 1. Then a 1. Then a 5. Let's plot these points. First, draw the negative axis. Minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4. So we have a 0 pe minus 3. Then we have 1 pe it's a minus 1. Then 2 pe 1. And then 4 pe it's a 5. Y equals to 2x minus 3. Now, what's the next question? The last part is y is equals to 2x minus 6. Make the table once again. Now, I'm just taking 3 values because I'm very tired of doing the table again and again. And I just want to show you that whether you take 3 points or 4 points, it doesn't really matter. So it's a minus 6 and then it's a minus 4. And then when you input a 4, it's y equals to 2. So 0 pe it's a minus 6. Then 1 pe it's a minus 4. And then 4 pe it's a 2. Now, let's join all these points with the help of a straight line. Now, the last part says, what do you notice about the lines that you've drawn? They are all parallel to each other. Now, I would want you to do the, alright, so I had to read this. I said the second question. Now, using the same method, I want you to solve question number 2. Suppose values of x, you suppose the values of x, it says from minus 4 to 4. That means you make the table and you select minus 4, 0, 4. You can select minus 4, minus 1, 4. But yes, the starting and the ending value has to be the one that is mentioned in the question. Stay tuned for my next video. Take care. Allah Hafiz.